You will be surprised how easy this recipe is to make. This copycat recipe was developed from the original Coney Island hot dog sauce recipe. Once you make it, you won't eat another hot dog without this sauce. It is really good. The original Coney Island meat sauce is very fine, and the secret to getting the fine texture is mixing the meat and the cold water first. I used this technique also in my Greek hot dog sauce, and the recipes are very similar, but a little different. If you have a chance, please check out that video. I will leave a link here and also in the Show More section below this video. In my cold saucepan, I'm adding in 1.5 pounds of ground beef and 1 cup of cold water. I don't have my heat on yet. I'm mixing the meat and water so the granules in the meat separate and it becomes one pink mess. This is 1/3 cup of ketchup, and you can also use tomato sauce, giving that a quick mix. I'm adding in 1/2 cup of very finely diced onion, 1 tablespoon of mustard, 2 finely minced cloves of garlic, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, 2 teaspoons of brown sugar, 2 nice tablespoons of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1/2 teaspoon of celery salt, a little sprinkle of cayenne pepper for that background heat, and finally a little salt and black pepper. I'm adding just a little more water and mixing well. It does look like a hot mess right now, but trust me, it will all come together and be delicious. Now I'm turning my heat to a medium and bringing this up to a simmer. This is going to simmer on low and cook for 1 to 1.5 hours, occasionally stirring. The liquid will reduce and the sauce will thicken. You may need to add more water along the way, depending on the consistency that you like. You want the sauce rather thick so it lays on the hot dog. Just a reminder that I will leave the recipe and the list of ingredients for this Coney Island hot dog sauce below this video. Also remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video recipe, and click the bell to make sure you receive notification of all my future video recipes. And this is what the sauce looks like after 30 minutes of cooking. And this is the sauce after 1 hour of cooking. And this is how we like it. I'm tasting for any salt or seasonings before I take it off the heat. For the hot dogs, I'm using all beef and going old school and boiling in water. And don't forget to steam the hot dog rolls in the oven or microwave. This copycat Coney Island hot dog sauce really freezes well. When grilling in the summertime, it's nice to pull out a container of this meat sauce and surprise everyone. And by the way, it's also good on hamburgers and French fries. I really enjoy the fine texture meat sauce and the nice balance of spices. You can even taste the kick of heat in the background. Tonight I'm topping the hot dogs with the copycat Coney Island sauce, mustard, and onions. You can also top with a little cheese if you like. I hope you give this copycat Coney Island hot dog meat sauce a try and enjoy. I'm using 2 medium-sized sweet onions, but you can use red onions if you like. I'm making thin slices, but you can chop them and dice them any way you wish. In a pan on medium heat, I'm adding in some olive oil, the onions, and a little salt to help sweat them down. Cooking and stirring for about 5 minutes. I just want the onions to cook down. I don't want them to caramelize. Just a reminder that you'll be able to find this recipe, the list of ingredients, and much more in the Show More section below. I've also included links where you can purchase online some of the ingredients and equipment that I use in this video recipe. If you have a chance, please check it out. Now I'm adding in some minced garlic, a little more salt, red pepper flakes, or you can add a dash of your favorite hot sauce, and some chili powder. I like to use ancho chili powder, but you can use whatever you may have. You will see some recipes that call for a pinch of cinnamon, and this is optional. Sometimes I add it and sometimes not. Giving that a good stir for about a minute. I'm turning up my heat to bring this to a simmer. I'm adding in some water, tomato paste, and you can use ketchup or tomato sauce, white vinegar for the tang, and corn syrup for the sweetness, or you can use brown sugar. Giving that a good stir, bringing up to a simmer and cooking for 45 minutes. This is what it looks like after 20 minutes. You can see the liquid is reduced and it is forming a nice sauce. It's been 45 minutes and the liquid is reduced even more. The sauce is thickened, but I want to tighten it up a little bit more so the sauce lays on the hot dogs. I'm adding a cornstarch and water slurry a little at a time to get the consistency that I want. Then I'm going to cook for an additional 5 to 7 minutes and remove from the heat. The sauce will continue to thicken as it cools. You can eat this red onion sauce hot or cold. You can store it in a lidded container in the refrigerator and it will last a good while, at least up to a couple weeks to a month. I could not find soubrette hot dogs at our store, so I'm using Hebrew beef franks. You can fry or grill these, but I'm going old school hot dog cart style and cooking them in a hot water bath. This is how we like our hot dogs, with a little mustard, sauerkraut, and topped with a red onion sauce. The flavors of salty from the sauerkraut and sweet, spicy, and tangy from the red onion sauce just make this hot dog a winner. It is hard to eat just one. You gotta have 2 or 3. They are so good. Of course, the red onion sauce is typical on hot dogs, but this would also be great on hamburgers. Don't forget to watch my other condiment video recipes and give them a try, and enjoy. If you are looking for something different to top off your burgers and hot dogs, this is the relish for you. It is a mustard base and it is tangy, sweet, and spicy. If you're familiar with salsa, this kraut relish recipe is very similar. I may try and make an actual copycat salsa recipe in the future. And by the way, you'll be able to find this recipe, the list of ingredients, and much more in the Show More section below. If you have a chance, please check it out. This is so simple, so let's get started. I'm using a cup of sauerkraut or kraut that I've rinsed and drained. Different brands of sauerkraut can be very salty, and I don't want or need all that salt in this recipe. I will add the salt as I need. In goes some diced dill pickles and pimentos. For the sweetness, I'm adding in some brown sugar, and you can adjust the sweetness to your liking. Just give it a taste along the way. A pinch of salt and black pepper, and some caraway seeds. Now for the mustard. This is straight up prepared mustard, and you can use your favorite brand, giving that a good mix. I have my heat on medium and I'm going to bring this up to a simmer. I'm also adding in a little cayenne pepper for some background heat. This is optional, but I really recommend a little cayenne as it adds to the relish and balances out the flavors. Stirring, bringing up to a simmer, and cooking for 1 to 2 minutes to let all those flavors combine. Then remove from the heat and let it completely cool. Refrigerate for 1 to 2 hours before using. Yes, it's that simple, and oh, is it good. This is a yummy relish that is great to take along to picnics and get-togethers. The kraut relish has some great texture and flavor. It is tangy, sweet, and spicy. We serve the kraut relish on burgers and hot dogs. When I take it to picnics, I have some people that put spoonfuls on the side of their plate and eat it as is. It's that good. I hope you give this kraut relish topping a try, and I know you're going to enjoy. If you like this kraut relish recipe, please hit the like and subscribe button. Remember to hit the bell next to the subscribe to make sure that you get my future video recipes. You can also find me on Facebook and on my website. Feel free to share this recipe and my channel with your friends and family. And until next time, much love.